Hello, hello. There we go. Tis does work now. Just had to fix the microphone. All right. What's up? Let's go. Very excited to get into first ever round 2 Cubecraft competitive parkour season 1. We are after this match officially over 50% done with the tournament. Not including editing, highlight reels, all that fun stuff that won't take me 500 years to do. But we're here, which is very, very exciting. Um, super excited to be here. Um, Not only to be back into the tournament, I think we have a match in 2 days as well. You know, this is like tournament weekend, I guess you could say. Not only that, or I guess it's the middle of the week, but not only that, but to see these two competitors play. From previous match, I didn't actually have it set up for these two competitors, like going back and looking at previous matches. I wanted to get that set up, but I wasn't able to. I might be able to go in a little bit, but we started 20 minutes. I didn't think it's fine. But not only seeing these two competitors play, but to analyze their previous matches and the upset that Blade was able to take to bring him into the round 2, top 4, top 50%, top 50%, I guess. Yes. So, I think we should just start off by talking about the upset that Blade was able to get. As you can see, Blade's prediction has gone from 0% to 40%, which is, as we've seen in the past, predictions does not mean anything. We saw Rhythms versus Blade, where Rhythms had a 100% chance of winning, and he didn't. Someone asked me that wasn't in the tournament, asked me where did we get the percentage. For those of you who don't know, we got the percentages from asking everyone in the tournament, or everyone in the Discord, uh, who who do you think is gonna win? So 60% of the people voted Jordy for this one, 40% voted Blade. I think it's one of those tough ones where we know it's cause a lot of this gameplay, I think, especially if Blade and Inky end up losing or both winning. I think Blade versus Inky and Jordy versus Privendy or Priv. I don't know how to pronounce Privendy. Privendy. If either of them, via winning or losing, get to fight each other, it's gonna be really tough to tell. Who's gonna win? Because I think we would say it's really split between Jordy and Privendy for who would win the overall tournament if Jordy and Priv move on. Um, but like I was saying, for the first round, it was quote unquote, I wouldn't say obvious, but a lot of people had the idea of who was gonna win just via previous skill in the game, and that happened with Blade, and everyone was proven wrong. Even Blade, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause I don't know if he voted on his own poll, because you can, I don't know. Um, but TLDR is it's hard to, it's at least for me, it's hard to guess who's going to win. Um, like with the factor of previous experience and world records. Like Jordy has like 200 plus world records in the Cubecraft space altogether. And then if you look at competitive parkour, he only has like 1 or 2 current world records. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that's going to play out in the end. I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know how that's going to work out. All right. I think we're going to move on to uh, player stats. Player stats are not going to be as interesting this round. I guess for Blade they will be. We did update his stats a few times. I guess one thing to mention, he's gone up about 0.17% on win rate. He has 22,000 wins now. Win streak gone up 36. Uh, Time played about 2 hours gone up since we made the stat card, or last updated the stat card. So it's going to be interesting to see. For both players going into this. I want to consider One thing going into this, because Jordy is a favor to win the whole tournament, along with Priv. Uh, and Blade was a favor, not even a favor to make it into round two. So obviously there is a advantage for mental, I think, for Jordy, as well as just prediction. I guess that's still mental. Prediction's not really. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, Priv. Um. Anyways, as I was saying, Blade has gone up a little, or not a little. He's gone up 1,000 initial wins since we last updated it. Oh, rip! Priv is not going to be able to sadly see the uh what was I going to say? Priv's not going to actually be able to see the tournament play out, but that's okay. You get the notification. The at everyone. Guess what happened? Um, it's gonna be. I'm interested to see how it's gonna work. Um, I think it starts in 10 minutes. I'm not used to this. I like talking. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna be going into. Like I was saying, Blade's mental going into this is going to be very interesting. In my opinion, because it's either it like he has to be okay going in against Jordy's best maps and being okay with not sweeping. I think that's what we've seen a lot in the previous tournaments where one person won one game and then the other person that lost take Foofsy Priv game for example. Priv won the first game. I don't think Foofsy was able to take that loss well. I can't guarantee that, but we've seen that. That's not the only example. Also was Jordy, Mr. G Gamer, and Rhythm's Blade. Blade, I think, has to be okay with losing a game if he wants to be able to move on to the finals. 'Cause I do think we're not going to be seeing, especially for finals and semifinal or third and fourth place matches, we're not going to be seeing a lot of what was I going to say? We're not going to be seeing a lot of sweep games, I think. Also, before we get on, I would like to just put up stat compares while I talk about these two players. So we'll be going into Jordy's stats. Not much has changed. We still have the old font for the text. It might become the new font actually. I don't know. But not much has changed over here. Um, we don't. I guess we could talk about this a little bit. Like 3 days played. That's a lot of wins. Lots amount of wins. Priv didn't fail against Foofsy 8 games and 0 fails, so like it was tough to win. Yeah, that's true. But again, like Foofsy's mental going into it could be, or just definitely going into like the last game you played against him. Down 2 maps, he was able to pick the maps. Is definitely might be part of it as well. Um, Going into Jordy's, again, not much to say. Favorite map, Picnic, world record win streak. Former world record is not able to be known at the time. Current world record 1. Stat comparison though is what I would like to see. Wait, what happened to that text? Oh, right, I got rid of the gray, so the green doesn't pop out. Oh, right, okay, I accidentally got rid of the color green in this, so I can try to. No, we're not gonna try to fix it. That's okay. We're learning. We're learning. But I would like to say that the red is not full red for Blade. Blade does have a bonus. He had 4 world records, so he's gonna have that bonus, along with a much closer, still really far away, one of the furthest we're gonna probably see the whole season, but still closer than Jordy's first gameplay. Oh, I forgot. Also, Jordy's. Oh, bad. It's bad. It's very bad. I'll try to fix that for next time. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So anyways, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, the mental going in for Melee Blade. I think we saw with Inky Color Floor. I think is an interesting game to look at, mainly because it wasn't a sweep on Inky's side. Inky's gonna be the only one in round 2 that's going into a win that he did not sweep, which is gonna be definitely interesting to think about for the next match for him. But I do think it's gonna be interesting to see. But well, it's one interesting to see Blade adapt and have to win on Jordy's at least 2 map picks for Jordy. It's gonna be same as last round. 2 out of 3 for each map, and you need 3 out of 5 maps to win. Um, So it could be anyone's game. I do think I technically woke up 1 hour ago. Oh gosh. Okay, Mally Blade might have the sleep disadvantage. These I think 7 hour time difference for Mally Blade and Jordy, so definitely that could also play into the game if Jordy is more awake or more tired. I don't think I mean I think it's like what 6 a.m. for him right now, 7 a.m. or p.m. sorry, 7 p.m. for him. So it's not again, it's not one of those I think Mally Blade would have the disadvantage for being awake or asleep for this. But again, he does have another 10 minutes to get prepared. I think we're gonna probably go into map bans or 8 minutes. Sorry to get prepared. Probably gonna go into map bans right now. Um, just because I feel like I think that's the next step. So the first map ban by Jordy is going to be if I can switch it actually Oriental. Um, which okay, going for Jordy. His best map ban pick ban map. I think Oriental is interesting. Maybe Jordy doesn't feel as confident on that one compared to Mallyblade does. But I think that's a interesting. Oh, I just see it popped up for everyone to see. The delay is crazy. I don't know for sure if that was the best option for Jordy, but I don't know if it's like the worst option either. It I feel like music would have been no, I don't think. Because the thing with music is Jordy knows that he has better raw movement than Mallyblade. Um, I mean, I think he knows that he has a lot more world records. And a lot more time playing this game. So I think music would have been not a good ban, even though it's Mallyblade's favorite. Thing is, Mallyblade can't see where Jordy is. I think that might be a benefit for what's his Jordy because when you're playing music, it's such a the keys are fairly simple to do. But if you mess up on one part of it, there's no way for you to come back. Uh, like that's the curse with music, especially on the keys. There's not too many difficult jumps there, but if you end up messing one up, especially when you're under the pressure of you don't know where your opponent is. Jordy could be 2 keys ahead, Jordy could be 2 keys behind, unless you're listening to the stream, which the stream also is delayed. You won't know um until the game is over. I mean, I guess you could have a little bit of bonus if you heard me say, "Oh my gosh, XYZ fell." I don't know for sure though. Correct. Moving on to Mallyblade's ban, which I think is going to be interesting one. Prison. I do like this picture, not gonna lie. I think prison is might be beneficial for Mallyblade, knowing that Jordy in the previous game has gone for very difficult skips and is able to get them. Mallyblade probably getting rid of prison, knowing that there's a lot of tough skips there, and he might not be. I can't speak for him, but he might be not feel as confident doing that many skips against Jordy in a tournament for the finals. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the first map is for them. It's going to be interesting to see if Mallyblade ends up winning the first match, what Jordy will do. I do think if Mallyblade is able to win the first game, Jordy's either gonna like be extremely nervous, be like, "Oh shoot, what did I mess up?" Or Jordy's going to be like, "Okay, I gotta actually lock in," and like plays better. Either he's gonna like say, "I gotta lock in," plays better, the reverse sweep, or uh tries to lock in but just can't, or just gets nervous and falls off, like literally falls off the map multiple times. I do think, um, especially against Jordy, Jordy can do really tough skips consistently. Mallyblade might have to still go for tough skips, even if you see Jordy fall when it's neck and neck and it's near a pressure plate. I do think Jordy can make up a few seconds, even if he fell on something. So that's another thing for him, for Mallyblade to consider. Uh, Although Jordy could get upset with if he fails like pretty fairly easy jumps. I don't think he will though. I don't think we're gonna be able to see that in this match. I think we'll go into first map. A few more things I want to mention, I guess, because we're here 2 more minutes until the game starts. It'll probably be a little bit delayed on my end because I just want to analyze it a little bit more. They both won. I do think Mallyblade does have the high of winning against Rhythms, which could help him. I think if Mallyblade can control nerves enough and be okay with losing a map, I can understand. Like, yes, you're gonna feel nervous if you're behind 2 maps with 1 map behind or 1 map left in the game if you lose. I think Mallyblade is going to have to be able to accept losing either 1 round or a map, for example. Say the first map is obviously we can't play prison, so I'm just gonna say prison. If the first map is prison, I feel like Mallyblade is going and loses prison 1 round. I don't if he needs to make sure that doesn't get into his head. I think that might be a determining factor for a few matches. Also a few hard skips. We're rolling for the first map. Very excited to see this one. Alright, the first map that Mallyblade and Jordy will be playing, if I can find it. Okay, it's apparently Mallyblade was able to give a better map ban than I just thought. But the first map that will be played due to random draw is... Boy, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see reactions as well. It's gonna, like, hold for a few more seconds. First map ban first map that they will be playing. Up to 5 maps could be played today. Very first map will be Stadium. We've seen both of them play and both of them win on Stadium. Complete sweeps in the previous rounds. So it's gonna be interesting. We have to pause time. It's gonna be interesting to see, in my opinion at least, how that plays out. For both competitors, I do think Jordy has the advantage of being able to consistently do difficult skips and confidently do difficult skips. I think Mallyblade, when they both played, I think Jordy played more consistently. Again, you have to consider there's Mallyblade on his channel. If you go to his channel, he has his POV of round 1. And as you can see, he decides to play it safe halfway through Stadium, which I think is one of the smartest decisions he could have done in that scenario, because Rhythm has the ability to play really well, and make a comeback if you play risky and fail. If I was both of these players right now, I would be queuing 1 or 2 Stadium matches before the game starts. Again, I do think I do think Jordy is going to be able to take this first map. But if he is, I think Mallyblade needs to be thinking, okay, what map can I confidently beat Jordy on? Again, there might not be that many maps, but which map do I feel most comfortable on? I wouldn't say which map can I beat Jordy on. I think that is saying, like, that's such a daunting task, especially in this scenario. I think you have to say, which map can I play that I think I can win consistently and do consistent jumps? Then you have to go into the match. Just don't look at your opponent on the side. I think mute the stream, maybe turn it off. Think to yourself, okay, I'm just playing this map. I'm trying to go for a personal best, maybe a world record. I'm not against Jordy. I'm against some random person I've never seen before. And that could boost you, especially, with seeing, like, especially when you can't see them say, it's okay, I'm doing the best I can right now. Again, downside to that, if you end up losing and you think you did the best you possibly could in that scenario, that could be terrible for your mental game. But again, I do not know how this is going to turn out. I'm very excited to see a first match of round 1 play out. Let's go to the competitors, or let's go to the game, if I can open up Minecraft and switch you guys to the right screen. I'm very excited to see this play out. But until then, I'll see you guys in the game. Also, oh wow, okay. Also, I would like to I already went to the main screen. Alright, that's fine. We're here. We're in the game. Wait, no, this one. We're in the game. Oh, I guess the timer is a little bit. The timer is 0, so we don't have to worry about that as much. So I have a little bit of an update for the screen. I realized the timer and the and the world record stuff I was planning to put in just could not work, especially for having to focus on so many other things at once. So we're gonna retime them later. I do want to say Mallyblade was able to retime all the games that were played previously, and Mallyblade was able to determine. Oh, it's the man himself. Mallyblade was able to confirm Jordy does have the world record on Stadium for the tournament, i.e., in tournament setting. Oh my God, Priv is here. Only 35. Okay. All right, we're all here. Jordy, Mallyblade, you can decide who. I mean, it's basically same rules as before. Same game, just for round 2. Jordy, Mallyblade, you can decide who is party leader, and invite me to the party once you're already in the game, please, so I don't have to wait. So you just like / invite, my name, Arch355. I think that would work best, so we don't accidentally have me joining too soon. Only? What do you mean only? Yeah, only. 35. I mean, for parkour, it's fair because parkour does not give you any XP. But yeah, here I will stay in front. I do wish both of these competitors luck. I do want to see a close fight. I do think the closer the game, the better it's going to be. I think that applies for all of the games. I do think, but it's going to be interesting to see. Stadium. I really hope that whoever loses this first match, it doesn't make it the whole game. I do think it's very possible that could happen. I believe that whoever ends up losing this first match doesn't let that affect their gameplay throughout the next what could be 15 or 14 matches. But we are here, and I do think that I don't know. I should probably get everything prepared here. I do. Alright, there might be a small delay due to Mallyblade getting his little brother to watch, which by all means is allowed in this tournament. Amazing. I'm gonna pull this up at the end of the stream. There's a screenshot of all of us together from Priv that we're gonna pull up at the end of the stream. So it's gonna be interesting to see this first match play out. I do think while we wait for this to happen, what were some things I want to mention? I guess again, a lot of this is gonna be nerves, and it really sucks that it does boil down to this. I do think, it will really depend on how that plays out, which doesn't help, especially when you know if you're nervous, you're probably not gonna play as well, or it's gonna get into your game, so that's gonna make you more nervous. I think I don't know. I don't know, because I've played in, obviously I have not played in this before, but I played in other tournaments, and I think the worst part is right before it starts. I think once you're in the game, it will get better. It might get worse. I don't know, but I do think that it's really anybody's game, and my one hope is that whoever, like I said before, whoever loses the first game, it does not affect their game moving forward. Stadium. All right, that's gonna be. We could be seeing a full 3 games for Stadium. I think that. Again, we don't know. I do not know Jordy's nerves as much. It could be more knowing that Mallyblade was such an underdog going into the last round and ends up full sweeping. I'm not 100% sure though. We could see. I'm saying that Mallyblade is probably experiencing nerves now. Only reason I'm not talking about Jordy is because Jordy has not mentioned like how nervous he gets before games. So it could be, you know, around the same for both parties. But yeah. And if you're watching right now and you're wanting to join the tournament or you want to be part of the tournament, next season it's open to everybody. You can just DM me and then I'll add you to the season 2. Everyone's allowed. It is going to be seed based, so don't worry. There you probably won't be able, not be able, but you know what I mean. You won't have to. Don't feel bad about if you don't think you're the best at parkour. It's fine. You could end up uh being in the tournament. You never know. It's gonna be seed based, so it's not gonna be too bad. All right. Should probably see what's going on here. If I get a party invite, I'm just like too silly to. Are they in a party? I don't know. I want to see the photos of fortune. Photos of the fortune tournament next season. For real. It's easier to type in chat due to stream delay. But you're gonna have to re-invite me to the party once you're in the game. Because I had to leave party. Again, anything can happen. All right, I think we're in the game. Stadium round 1. Mallyblade versus Jordy. All right. In this side is Jordy. This side is Mallyblade. All right. They're both off at the exact same time, which is I love to see. We can F1 here. I do think Mallyblade is actually holding his own right now, which is really good for him. But we're gonna see if he does fall here. Going on to this, he's not falling. Falls. Oh my gosh! But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Oh my god! But Mallyblade falls. But Jordy falls again. Oh my god! Mallyblade falls again. But Jordy's able to get the lead, I think, here. I think Jordy's going to be able to pull off a win here. And as we've seen, Jordy's probably also experiencing nerves just as much. I think Mallyblade's nerves just got, not even Mallyblade's nerves, but just having to just get caught up by that. But it's not. It's not too far behind on Mallyblade. Wow. Wow. Let's update it. We're gonna leave the party. I do think it could be. All right, we don't update the scores yet because it's a different map. I do think that it could be anyone's game here. That was much closer than I thought it was gonna be. Much closer than I thought it was gonna be. I think they're both experiencing around the same amount of nerves, which is probably a thing you should probably put into your mind going into the next game. Is they're also nervous. That might also help you knowing that you're not the only one that's like nervous. All right, he falls. He falls twice. Oh my gosh! If Mally Blade plays semi-safe here and doesn't fall, Jordy falls again. If Mally plays some semi-safe here, he could. He falls though and gets sent all the way back. But he gets sent all the way back. Oh my gosh! It's literally anybody's game. Literally anybody's game for the finals. I think Mally Blade has a slight advantage here, but again, this part right here is where they both fell a lot before, and Mally Blade does have about 3 jumps. In my game just no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Mally Blade in the lead by a little bit is able to get the slime ball jump off. Mally Blade about 2 jumps in the lead, but can he hold it? He falls. It's probably over unless Jordy is able to, or Jordy messes up here. Oh my gosh. That's going to be game 1. Zero. I almost, that is insane. I was not. That was much closer than I thought it was going to be, especially in that setting. Mally Blade was in the lead at some points. I think. I don't know. It's gonna be music. Okay, okay. Music, I think, is going to be. Okay, let's think about this. Music, you can't see your opponent until the game is over, and stream is not going to help you in this one. I think you gotta mute the stream to have an advantage on this one. Again, you might want to keep the stream open to know if you're in the behind or ahead, but if you're, I don't know, it's going to be really, really interesting. Really, I think this was a blunder on Mally Blade, mainly because Jordy has better raw movement. I think. I could be proven completely wrong though. Let's see where these competitors are. Did I get the right side? No, we got the wrong side. So this way I think it's going to be Mally Blade, Jordy. All right. They're both off around the exact same time. Let's see Jordy here to see if he ends up falling here. Again, this is one of the maps where it is fairly consistent jumps, but again, so far Jordy's able to make it past the, what in my opinion, the hardest part fairly well. Okay, I was gonna say, did Mally Blade just fall? I think Jordy's in the lead again by just 2 jumps. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Again, this is really close compared to previously. That's probably painful for Mally Blade, especially when you're so close. I do think that the music may have been a blunder, mainly because, like I said, raw movement, but also you can't see your opponent. But again, that could be useful knowing that, like my suggestion at the beginning, knowing that Jordy fell in stadium. Thing though is for Mallyblade, if Mallyblade wants to make it to the finals, he's going to have to do a reverse sweep if Jordy ends up winning this game, and also playing with Jordy's map. Mallyblade is going to be over. Jordy's going to be over here. Yeah, Mallyblade, Jordy, Mallyblade. Both off that you ran the same time. We watched Jordy last time. This time we're gonna watch Mally. Um, again. Oh my gosh, he fell. I think it might be over unless Jordy also fell. No, Jordy did not fall. One key. Jordy Mally fell again. I think it's over for Mally. At least for music. There's no way that. Oh my god, I went down. There's no way I think that Mally Blake can catch up. So I'm just gonna get good POV for the what's it called? Watch the comeback though. I don't think it's possible. Yep. We'll see how this game plays out. It again all really depends on what's it called? Really depends on Mally Blade's next pick here. Let's look at the maps he does have to pick. Arcade, Neon, Picnic, Pinball, Station Venice. I think Venice might be a good pick, but again, because we've seen Jordy fail on Stadium, Jordy might have the confident boost though to do well. Pinball, I don't think is the best pick. Arcade, ooh, alright. One of the maps I've been trying to avoid, mainly because I don't have Fulbright, or do I have Fulbright? No, my Fulbright got messed up after the update, and I haven't fixed it yet. So we're gonna be seeing Arcade without the lights, which sucks. I don't think I can get my Fulbright to work now. We're just gonna turn up the freaking what's it called? Is it still? Did they fix it yet? No, they did not. See, because it's like day, night. Like it's not. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'll try to fix that for next time. But they're very close together, so it shouldn't be Mallyblade, Jordy. All right, they're both off. Mallyblade falls instantly, so I do think Jordy's gonna be able to take this unless he also falls. But it could be a swift takeout for Mally. Oh, a mess up again. Not to the point where it's gonna cost you the game. Plays it safe there. Very smart. Okay. This could be it. We could see Mally hold it out for a game or two. Again, Mally Blake could say, if I didn't fail there, I could have made it further. He could have probably won if he did not fail, because Jordy did in fact end up falling. So again, this could be the last game. Mallyblade versus Jordy. I'm gonna keep the lights up so it's easier to see. Alright, Mallyblade a little behind there. But again, not the end of the world. Oh, by one jump. Oof. Oh. It's a race now, I think. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Mallyblade able to hold it out. One more game. At least one more game. I got sent to the freaking... This is great for him, especially when he did the start wrong. He was a little bit behind on the start and still was able to win. If Mallyblade can do that one more time, he can hold on and go to a fourth match. It's going to be the first ever fourth match in this game. It's going to be... I believe he can do it. I believe Mallyblade can pull through, end up winning this. Like, at least this map. I do think Mallyblade can win this map. I do think that, but again, I'm not gonna be able to tell until, you know, the first few jumps. Okay, it's... Oh my gosh. Again, Mallyblade was in this position before, but can Jordy... Is Jordy able to... I think Jordy's just too far in the lead. He's messed up the ladders every time, though. Will he mess it up this time? It doesn't look like he will. Fault! Mallyblade just has to play it safe here, and he will be able to make it no matter what. Oh my gosh, Mallyblade just took it to a game 4. Oh my gosh. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see a game 4, guys. You love to see a game 4. If I can spell. There we go. Holy. This is what I'm talking about. See, Mallyblade was like, okay, I'm behind, it doesn't mean it's over, and was able to take it on to another game. So I do... Okay. Jordy's position, he needs to win 2 of 1 map, and it's gonna have to be his choice every time. Oh, and Picnic, okay. Picnic is a safe one. Again, if Jordy falls there, Picnic is a really risky one also, because there's no room to come back if you end up falling. Again, if your opponent ends up falling, there's room to come back, but it really depends on if you fall or not. And it's not over until it's over, as we've seen multiple times in this game. Alright. Mallyblade, Jordy. That's timer lag there, so if they both want to reset that, I think they started at the same time, though. It's gonna be a really short one no matter what. Is Jordy able to come on top, though? He pulled through! One jump behind! Oh! My gosh. Mallyblade comes back on Jordy's arguably best map. I don't... Is that... Do we... I mean, it was really close, but I do think that counts. Unless... it did lag? I don't know. I want to be fair for both sides. If someone... I think it was fair. Again, if someone calls it, though... oh my gosh. No. Are we still alive? I think we're still alive. Let me check. It looks like we're still alive. We will be right back. Definitely not helping nerves for either player. I do think we've shown that it's really anybody's game at this point. Again, I was gonna say I think Mallyblade needs to win this one, to move on. I realized he didn't have to, but I do think he needs to for one, the mental, and again to force it into a game 4 or game 5, final game. Yeah, they've been waiting for a minute and 37. Jordy, Mallyblade. All right, both off at the same time. I do think Jordy has the advantage, but let's go check his map. I don't even know what to say because it's just so terrifying to watch. I do think Jordy has the advantage. Mallyblade falls. Jordy will be taking game 2 of Picnic. This is a choke point for Mallyblade, but if he can win this, the next game is going to be a choke point for Jordy. The question is, can Mallyblade hold this choke point and push it into the last game? I think both players are experiencing a lot of nerves right now, mainly because this game could technically determine, obviously can't determine the winner, but it's going to determine a lot for next map. Obviously, whoever wins, if Jordy wins, it's not even, so I should probably get down there so we can actually see it. Okay, I'm just going to start here because I've been waiting for a little while. Okay, they're both off. We can see. Let's actually go look at some people right now. I think Jordy has the advantage. I do think he has the advantage. Jordy does have a few jump advantage, but it's going to be really close. He falls! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Mallyblade is taking it to a game 5. Did I jinx a reverse sweep for Jordy? Oh my god. Last game. Game 5. Station. One of the longest map. Oh my gosh. Longest map for the finals. Whoever wins this one twice moves on to the finals. Again, I don't have full bright, so it's going to be in the dark, but Station is such a long one. It's again, whoever ends up getting, someone will get the world record for this for Station or for tournament. Again, you can't see the person. I think that might be Jordy's goal here, but again, Jordy can't see Mallyblade. All right, let's go to this front here. All right, we start. I think I'm going to stay here because it's going to be hard to see both players. This side is the Mallyblade, so that side is Jordy. Let's go to here. Good starting point. All right, they're both off, I think. I'm going to keep this on so you can see their game tags. It's not going to really, this is like the first checkpoint determining. Mally fell. Oh my gosh, he fell. He went back to the start. Jordy might have a complete comeback here. He's gonna also be pushing Again, with the head hitters, flawless almost. Flawless ladder so far. As with flawless ladder, and gonna be going on to, I think it's over. He did not fall yet. I think he's safe. Ooh. Again, as we saw previously, I was like, Mally Blade needs to win this to put the pressure on Jordy. Mally Blade was able to win it. Now Jordy has to win the first game of Station to put the pressure on Mally Blade. Jordy won that. Mally Blade needs to win both of them now. Mally Blade must win again both of them. This one is probably going to be the hardest one to win because the pressure is on Mally Blade right now. Mally Blade going to put the pressure back onto Jordy? Only time will tell. Let's go this way. Which way do I go? I think it's this way, right? Yeah. I think again. Did I just? Oh my god! I reset. This is not very professional of me, is it? Okay, I'm gonna stay inside this time so we don't accidentally reset. Alright, they're both off. I want to see Mally Blade. He did end up falling this time, or not this time, but he did end up falling last time. Hopefully I don't jinx him. Again, I would love to see a match where neither of them fall, but I don't see Jordy. Is it just because he's not loaded in? Yeah, he's not loaded in. Again, this is really hard to see both competitors, so I focused on Jordy last game, so we're gonna see how it turns out going up the ladders. Let's go check on Jordy. He's probably gonna be, if they're tied, they should be on the ladder because yeah, they're both on the ladder. It's gonna be again really close game. Mally Blade, I think Mally Blade fell. Mally Blade's just 2 jumps behind. I don't think he can do anything. I think it's over. I think it's over. By 3 jumps, Jordy will be moving on to the finals. You have to move. Oh, yes, that was... Mally Blade is not done with season 1 though. Mally Blade, I guess moved on is not really the right word, but you know, is going to be in the 3rd and 4th place match against whoever ends up whoever ends up losing the match between Inky and Riv. I do think Mally Blade's going to be able to win 4th place match from this game. I think Mally Blade was the underdog that proved himself to be able to be a 3rd seed, if not 2nd seed in this tournament. Again, we haven't seen Priv play game 2, and I think that is going to determine whether, you know, everything plays out. Again, amazing by both people here. This was much closer than I expected. I said I want to see a close game. I want to see the first person that lose the first map not get that in their head. And they did that, and it was a close game, and it was down to 3 jumps. I mean, obviously, Mally Blade would have to win the next match, but it was close. It was where no one fell. It was just due to movement. that was pretty intense. I do think I do think that uh depending on how Inky versus Priv goes, it will again obviously it will determine the winner. No, it won't determine the winner, but obviously will determine um the what was I gonna say? Who goes on to the finals? I do think Inky moving on, Jordy can win. Priv moving on, Priv might be able to win. Again, Inky moving on, Priv versus Jordy Mally. Priv probably will win if Jordy lost to, or Priv lost to, or Mally Blade lost to Jordy, but it was so close. And again, depending on which map was played first, could have forced Jordy's cards. And it really could have been all down to the first map picked. It could have been down to Mally Blade. You know, it could be down to anything that won this. Obviously, Jordy. I mean, the obvious factor, Jordy being and ending up being the better player at the end of the day. I think it could end up being a Mally Blade win if different things happen. I don't think this is like all the other matches we've seen, a 100% confirmed win for Jordy. I think if they played again and again and again, it wouldn't always be Jordy on top. Again, I think that would also be the case for a lot of other matches like Rhythm's Mally Blade, and Foofy Priv. But in this circumstance, it was a really close game. I did enjoy to see this. Yes, fair Mally Blade. Ice does suck. Um, it's okay though. You're still in the tournament. It's not for the cash prize. But we'll see how it goes. But I think not tomorrow, but the next day. So Friday at 2 p.m. I can actually give you the exact time. Friday at 4:30 p.m. Inky versus PM EST Inky versus Priv will be playing let's say I will be streaming that. I lost my train of thought completely. Let's update the tournament. That should be a good match. Yes, that was a really good match. I think Mallyblade will be taking the third place spot. Unless, of course, again, we don't know for sure. I'm going to be predicting that. Again, Mallyblade came from underdog 0% win chance to second place, 2 games away from beating Jordy, which is arguably the first seed in the tournament. I'm excited to see Jordy or Mallyblade play in games for the 3rd and 4th place match and in season 2 if Mallyblade ends up coming back. So I'm gonna update the bracket now. It is one of excuse me, personal fan favorites. Mallyblade for the win, but unfortunately, that was not the case. Again, Jordy's an extremely good player and was expected to win this. Again, was expected to win by more, so that's probably not good for Jordy going into the finals, knowing that if Priv ends up 3-0ing Inky, it could end up with Priv just having not guaranteed, obviously, but tough time making it onto the finals. I started playing it. Okay. I can spell correctly. Is confirmed though. Jordy will be moving on. Mallory Blade, we will see you in the round 2.53 for that. Anyways, thank you for heading out here today. I think Mallory Blade does have world record for stay arcade. Look at me go. So I know what I'm doing, guys. I know what I'm good. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I guess me and Mally will send you out. I think Priv left or Jordy left. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you're interested in going into season 2, Mally Blade's like, no, I did not. It's okay. You'll come back. You'll get third. I'm calling it right now. Anyways, if you're interested in being in season 2, let me know. DM me. I will add you to the server and I'll explain it all to the competitors and you guys, or not you guys. Well, yes, I will explain it. But if you're interested, I will explain. No one knows what the season 2 seed-based stuff will look like, except for me, sort of, not really. But I'm super excited for season 2. As well. Obviously, we're focused on season 1 right now, but if you're oh my god. If you're interested on season 2, let me know, and I will add you to the chances of winning. Cash prize is usually a rank or something. It might change depending on how many people we get. But I hope you guys enjoyed. See you, Mally Blade, in 3 and 4, and I'll see you guys probably for the Inky v Priv match.